Good morning, world. So this is another day in life after depression. Sometimes you don't want to get out of bed because everything feels so overwhelming. You look and you think about everything that you have to do, all the plans that you have to make, your goals and accomplishments, not for the future, but for the day, for tomorrow. Excuse the burp. How you wake up burping? I don't know. Lord help. But maybe it's because they say burping is a sign of growth, so I guess I'm growing as I share my story. Thank you, Lord. But anyways, it's overwhelming. Like, to think, okay, I have to go to work. Body's just tired because of the stress. You don't want to be stressed, but your brain is comprehending everything because that's how our bodies work. And it's stressing, and so it transmitting messages and signals to the rest of your body because one limb and organ is dependent on the other. You know, I mean, we have these beautiful bodies. They're like better than cars, you know, and spaceships. It's just a beautiful body system where one organ always relays on another. So that's why it's important that we take care of our bodies. In the Bible, our bodies are temples, and we shouldn't damage the temple as we wouldn't damage our God. So, because if we love and believe in God, then there's a God inside of us. So, in spirit, in our souls. And so, it's just, it makes you feel good inside to have God, even through these bad times, because I woke up and I didn't want to get out of bed. I rolled over and I got a message from a friend, good morning, and I was like, okay, let's start the day. Something so small could be something so precious, because when you're in depression, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you lose yourself. And you may not, bring yourself harm or anything like that, but you don't think of yourself first. And that makes it hard. You're not caring about yourself as much, or the things around you. Some people lose their jobs because of depression. They don't want to get out of bed, and they're like, fuck everything, and you just have to get that off you. But it feels so good to have someone check on you, to have someone say, hey, how you doing? Or to have someone saying, good morning. You don't even have to say nothing else after that. Just the acknowledgement that you're there, it means everything to somebody. Like, especially in that moment. Because whether they're, here for a season, everybody's here for a reason. Because either you live with that person and love them, to the end of time, friends, family, whatever, husband, wife, or they come into your life for a lesson, a reason, you learn it, and you move on and get back to just, living. So, it can be overwhelming, but just with something so small as a communication factor, it could help someone overcome something traumatic, something, hurtful in their life that may take a little time to get over. So today, I went back over and I was like, oh, it's time to get up, time to get out of this bed, And even after I got that good morning text, I was like, it's really real. I'm still here. God has blessed me with this life today. And I don't, I kind of know why, like my purpose, but, and knowing who you are, some people call it confidence and some people call it arrogance. But it all depends on how you carry yourself. I was raised never to be arrogant. You don't gloat. You don't, brag. You don't think you're better than anybody else, because you could have a shortcoming just as the next person. Just as God made a way and gave it to you, he can take it away, and sometimes he does, just to test your faith. Sometimes he will pull you out of a situation or take something from you because he didn't want somebody else taking it, or he didn't want nobody else seeing you with it, or it's a reason for everything. We're not supposed to eat at everybody's table. Everybody's not supposed to eat at your table. Some people that we become friends with, we're not supposed to be friends with. So God will cut it short because they didn't have good intentions. They were no good for you. Or maybe they were supposed to be on another path. So everything happens for a reason. And I learned that at church, but I also learned that by living my life. We all have to live, no matter how we were raised. You could be raised and taught to do everything good in your life. But when you live through it and you come to make those decisions for yourself, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's never easy, because you got temptation, you got curiosity, and then you have factual matter. So, but you are your own self individual to make the choices in your own self life. So, I choose to get up. I choose to eat breakfast. I make some banana toast. Well, I still have another piece left over because I could only eat one. Which is good because I'm cutting back because I don't eat that much. I think that was mostly all I ate yesterday was that banana toast, and I picked up some chips at the store because I need, I gotta keep my metabolism going and eat. But I really wasn't hungry. But you have to eat. You have to fuel your body because it's survival for the human race. And I don't want to be diabetic, and I want to be able to take care of myself. I know I have to get back in shape because after my back got hurt, I gained some weight because I couldn't be as physically active as I used to be, and I try to stay on it, but then I get back to where my back starts aching and my hips start hurting, because your spine is connected from your head to your toe. So when you have back issues, it affects every part of your body. And so sometimes I just be in pain, and I don't want to, and that's another reason sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. So it just it's like the snowball effect, one thing after another. But I know with God, it's not gonna last. It will pass. It's over. And I'm blessed to say that he will throw that trouble away to where I won't think about it and I just move on. And then I have those days where I hurt and then it all comes back. Like with school, I had to finish my classes and I had been absent, so I had to file for an extension to complete the course so I wouldn't get an incomplete or a fail grade. And it just made me break down all over again. And I don't even know why. I'm like, my sister didn't go to school. My cousin Stanley didn't go to school. He wanted to, though, because we were talking about accounting and stuff with, just starting a business and all that stuff. But, it's like, how does death compare to school? Like, why am I crying? I'm trying to do homework. Why am I crying? Oh, it's really real. So it doesn't have to relate to the subject for it to be a trigger. When your body says go, or it needs to release or anything. It just happens. It just happens. I woke up, like, I know I posted a month ago and was like, I eat breakfast and I think of my sister because she always wanted to make breakfast when we got together. She didn't want me to cook because I did a lot of cooking when we were younger, because that's what I did. Like, when my mom taught me to cook, or I taught myself how to cook, by watching, them in the kitchen. My grandma, my mom, my aunties, my uncles, watching them in the kitchen, I learned how to cook, and my Aunt BJ, she helped me cook. Watching her and stuff, we learned how to cook. And so I was, just to help my mother out, because nobody does this by themselves. That's what you do for family. That's what family is for. You help each other. And that's what we have to do when we love one another as religious people. Whether you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever. The human thing to do, and that's why they call it humanity, or being humanitarian. Excuse me. Be a humanitarian, in your community. You help each other. Like, a community is full of people that live around each other in the same area who help each other. You have community centers. What do they do at community centers? They help each other. They feed each other. They, take up donations to make sure people got coats. You have coat drives. You have food drives. They have after-school programs to where they help each other who have jobs and make sure their kids are safe and okay, so they have a place to go while they wait for their parents to get off work. Stuff like that. Like, it means the world, and we have to do better. I mean, I know we're doing our best, but some people aren't. And so I wake up today and I'm like, I gotta shower, I gotta eat, I gotta go to work, I gotta make some money, I gotta pay my bills. And then I want to go back to sleep because it just seems like a lot to do. It's a lot, when really it's not. I did more than that in an hour at work, or even at home. Sometimes I've done more than that. It just feels like a whole lot. And so this is my moment. And it's time to get up. Maybe I ain't gotta move as fast as I did before, but I gotta move. And I got to go. And I got to get on the day to live in it, because by God's grace, I'm here, and I know my purpose, because I'm a lover, and I just want to be loved and respected, and I'm just gonna give it. I'm just gonna give it. That's why every job I've had is in a position of caring, whether it's customer service, it's nursing, it's psychology, therapy, just whatever. Everything you do, you can care. And if you don't care, even if it comes to cooking, I've been a food prep. I've cooked a little bit before, but nothing major, because I get too hot in the kitchen, especially when you're working around or cooking for a whole lot of people. Working around a lot of people, I get too hot in the kitchen, and too much heat is not good for me. So, I cannot be a chef in the kitchen. In my home, yes, I get down, baby. Woo! I love my cooking. Like, my family and my friends and stuff I always say, you should be a cook, you can open a restaurant. I can't be in there every day, though, and then y'all gonna be mad if it's somebody else cooking and not me. So no, we're just gonna continue to have gatherings at home, or I'm gonna cook for the church, maybe do some catering. I don't know, but that'll just be like a little side gig. So, but I'm awake and you're awake. So if you're watching this video, have a great day. Make your day great. And like Tabitha Brown said, that's my girl. What she say? Don't go messing up nobody else's. You hear? Love her. Oh, she's so bright and just vibrant. And she always has a good message and a good word to say. So, yeah. Be humble. Spread love. And it ain't gotta be Christmas to spread love either. Okay? It's not a seasonal thing. This is a lifetime thing. Okay? Get with the program. God is love.